Okay, since you saw my last video, it's time for me to get another video. Okay, for Cookie Rants, or I meant Cookie Summer Days, I'm going to talk about one of my best and worst animated series best to worst animated series today. Now, to give a figure, 2013 was to convince us, 2015 is a year where all the anime cartoons were getting worse, and worse. But to be fair, that 2010 was also 2011 was also, and 2013 was also. Well, 2012 was also. Since those 3 years were worst, I had returned in 2013. And it was the best year where I saw many. So 2009 was alright, but yeah. Also, 2015 is the worst year of animation. I mean, not worst year of animated films, but worst year of animated series. I mean, look, you have a worst year where your cartoons are, you know what? This is Cookie Summer Days, and I'm signing out because somebody keeps screaming outside. Just joking. I was just joking. Let's go back. This is my second episode, so I think these years were fine, but yeah. Now, since the last review, I was talking about I will make a top 10 best to worst anime series, or anime film, I just said. But I later scrapped. Don't worry, the anime films will be around soon, but today I'm using the anime series. We're gonna do anime series for since today, 2015, but we'll do some random ones, like saying random ones for anime films that I'm gonna do. Okay, now we're talking. Okay, let's start with number 5. Number 5. Well, 4 if I have 4 fingers, I don't know. But 5 for now. Okay. My number 5 will be SpongeBob SquarePants. Now, since season 1 of it, when Ren and Stimpy was around in 1991, it has some SpongeBob music that we all know back then. And it still uses as of today for SpongeBob. But to be fair, for SpongeBob before, it was good and it was great, and I had to put it number 1. And then it went low to 3 when it got to season 4 and 5. Then when it got to season 6, it went to number... Oh, I meant... When it got to season 4 and 5, it was at 3. Or 2. Yeah, it was around at 3. But when it got to season 6 and season 8, it was 4th. I mean, it was an honorable mention because, yeah. But since this 9th season, we have something wrong with the network. I mean, what the heck? We have something wrong with the square. Hey, get off! The square used to be a good thing. Now he's a not good thing. But don't worry, he's still number 5 for best. I'm not meaning he's gonna be worse, but no, I'm just saying he's number 5. He's still best. So because number 5 is best, SpongeBob is still good, but most of the episodes like Drive Thru and Squid's Visit are considered the bad ones, while Splinter and I mean and like and episodes like Splinter and New Digs are considered okay. Well, all episodes were still good. Some parts, such as the toenail scene on House Fancy, the sword scene from the same thing I said earlier, Splinter, and the crying on every episode, I consider them gross humor. Though not the crying, but... well, not the... no, let me retry. The toenail scene I just said, House Fancy, a big Splinter from SpongeBob, Splinter I just said, and what was it called again? Citric Podge Lounge, where Squidward had that jelly, and while Patrick was putting that jellyfish on Squidward's tongue. I consider them gross humor. I mean, back in the old seasons, the old seasons such as season 1 to 4 are not using that much gross humor. But since season 5, later in season 5 mostly, so that means season 1 to early 5. Season 5 was when the later season 5 and onwards had some gross humor. Well, season 9 didn't have that much gross humor, with the exception of your SpongeBob You're Fired, which is the lowest for everybody. I mean, there's some good gross humor. There was some gross humor that was good. Most people says it's nasty because, yeah. If you were a fan of Ren and Stimpy, then I'd rather you watch SpongeBob. If you're not a fan of Ren and Stimpy, then don't watch SpongeBob. But also, there's some episodes that were so need to be... And there's some episodes that needs to be like your average episode, like Ren and Stimpy. One, you don't have that same... Let me talk about the episode that doesn't complete itself. If the episode doesn't complete itself, like saying, we got too much gross humor, we just say cuss words and stuff, then that means this show's supposed to be for adults. But if it was like a kid cartoon, like throwing tomatoes at you, or a piano falling at you, or eating cardboard, or some gross stuff, then I'll be called okay, or good. But if you have a cartoon mixed together, it sounds like, yeah. The toenail scene looks too adult, and it looks like a Family Guy mix. I mean, why? Okay. SpongeBob, I need to talk to you. SpongeBob, well, in my head. SpongeBob, please, I just want you to have a good season next time. Season 10 must be good. Their latest episode didn't have no gross humor. Because since SpongeBob You're Fired came out, or Kenny the Cat came out, we had gross humor. Yeah. So that's why. Okay. Between SpongeBob and Ren and Stimpy, Ren and Stimpy is the gross humor. Well, not that much toilet humor. The gross humor show that looks like Rocco and SpongeBob, but more like a Family Guy and Simpsons. But for SpongeBob, he's more Little Mermaid-like, with a little mix with Ren and Stimpy. And yeah, some creator Steven Hillenburg made Rocco in 1980. It made Rocco around like 1994. Because 1993, I think he did came. Well, oh, he did, but yeah. I mean, a SpongeBob creator made another show too. United Plankton Pictures is the only company that only has one show. And it's just it's the SpongeBob show. And he's and movies, SpongeBob. Okay, United Plankton. How about make a fish show? I mean, your other companies have like many shows or three sometimes. But you can't have your just one show. If you just have one show, then you're gonna have to might close down after that show's finished. I wish you made another show, base fish or something. But you can't have your show but you can't have a comedy show because then you're just gonna show humans. I mean, why? I know, real life comedy shows. Yeah. United Plankton, are you sure Nickelodeon will be your friend? Since you made so many SpongeBob stuff, and SpongeBob is your main focus? I meant United Plankton. I mean, SpongeBob is the president of United Plankton. So if you don't like it, go ahead. We can tickle you. We can eat you for dinner. I'm just joking. We will put you into SpongeBob's trash can if you don't like him. Well, United Plankton, I want you to make a fish show or something. Just don't make a show where you just only have one. You're still going to make another SpongeBob show, which will be a Mr. Krabs show or Patrick or Squidward show, but can't be a Sandy Cheek show. Also, weird thing, Nickelodeon is the one. SpongeBob became Nickelodeon's sidekick since Rugrats cancellation. You know that Rugrats was the only one for Nickelodeon. Now we have SpongeBob. Thinking around 2004, SpongeBob became the president of Nickelodeon of cartoons, while Very Odd Parents was the president for Nick. Cartoon Network was the president for Foster's since Dexter's cancellation. Well, Powerpuff Girls, actually. Yeah. And then we had Grim Adventures, which was the president later on. Then we had Adventure Time, the president later on. Then Disney Channel, president of live action. Was president of That's So Raven and Corey. Later replaced by Zach. Then later replaced by Phineas Ferb. And now, what? Casey Undercover? Oh, nah. I don't think so. Mickey's supposed to be, but nah. And we still have Hub, the president of My Little Pony. And Transformers. And Little's Pet Shop. What's next? Oh, nah. We have another channel. PBS. President of Monkey. Brown monkey called Curious George. Okay. You people, guys, Pixar, and not film, but film company, is now president for Cars. It's still president for Toy Story, but now it's a president for Cars since the toys were out. I mean, they only allowed to do toys. Oh. I don't know what they are. President of toys. Illumination. President of popsicles, toys, whatever you like. Illumination's the president for Minions. Originally, Borak's supposed to be president for it. But now, Minions took over. Since Borak was low, I forget, and refused to use Minions. Awesome. Levi Studios is a president for SpongeBob, Cookie Monster, and all the Pixar people, including Spidey. All three main characters. Well, four, but he's a president for Cookie, Spidey, and SpongeBob. Since they made so many franchises. Also, guys, just a real quick compliment. Saying that SpongeBob is... Sorry, guys. I was talking too much SpongeBob. Since 2012, SpongeBob's became HD. While Truth or Square was the first VHD, doesn't mean the whole show will be HD. So the show was HD in 2012. Don't get confused, because you always get an HD TV. Checking if SpongeBob is in HD since Truth or Square. But no, it didn't happen until 2012. So you can't say that it's, yeah. And here's a weird thing happening. When I saw the promo after or before the Kids Choice Awards in 2012, they had this face freeze short. It was gonna be coming out in part of the SpongeBob All Day thing, but they refused to wait until season 9 comes out. Plus, there's also another change. When the last episode, it's SpongeBob Christmas, came out in November, they announced that that's supposed to be a season 9 episode. But nah. It was supposed to be a special, but no, it's an episode now. Though it's remained as a special for Nick. So don't get confused. But for now, since 1999, SpongeBob wasn't popular yet. There was no toys and stuff, no phones, no computers for him, and no, that didn't happen until 2001, when they refused that since season 2 was popular, they refused that they will release toys. Wait. Hold it. Let me turn off this before it's too late. Okay, we're coming back. Okay, 2001, when SpongeBob was getting ready to get many stuff. Like toys, everything I just said, yeah. Okay. From season 1, back then in season 1, we had this 40, 50 like SpongeBob. Then when season 2 came out, we had these 50, the late 40s and the late 30s and the late 50s. We had this late 40s and early 50s animation of SpongeBob. And when season 4 came out, it looks like we had a late 50s and early 60s SpongeBob. And then when season 7 came out, it looks like it's an 80s and 90s cartoon. Well, season 5. Season 6 It looks like a 1999 show that looks like, yeah. And then when season 9 came out, it looks like a 2009 show. Which is, yeah. So weird. It looks like you were from old animation to new animation. Plus, they only made 9 seasons. Wow. If it was making 10 or 11, that would be better. But they only made 9. That looks like you were making a show for like 5 years or 6. I mean, it looks like you're making a show for 6 years and then cancel it. I mean, and many shows like Sesame Street gain more seasons than any other show. Simpsons gained 25 seasons, or 19, I don't know. Because since SpongeBob is almost close to them, well, Family Guy beat SpongeBob. Originally, Family Guy was supposed to be only have 9 seasons before SpongeBob gets it. But, I mean, it only has 5 seasons. But, nah, they had to use 11. So they will beat SpongeBob's seasons. What the heck, Family Guy? Plus, weird thing is, South Park has least seasons than the aardvark called Arthur. Well, Arthur has more seasons. Plus, good thing is, we'll talk about him after. But for now, SpongeBob still remains best. But not best like any other show. But for now, I gotta ask you one more question for SpongeBob. Why SpongeBob is not of Pittsburgh? I mean, any other character like Fanboy and Chum Chum are mostly not in Pittsburgh and Minions. But for some characters like Daniel Tiger and Curious George, they mostly come around Pittsburgh. We have these weird costumes of people wearing some drawings like they see on images. Chucky from Chuck E. Cheese's only made a Pittsburgh like. It made his real parents. One, Chucky Cheese is a friend to SpongeBob. I mean, he's the restaurant guy for SpongeBob. And he has this Tom Kenny-like voice. And they sound like he is. Well, don't worry, guys. Sorry for a long SpongeBob talk. Now, let's go to 4 best. Let me show you. 4. Well, nah, I'm not using my hand no more. Because it looks like I only have, yeah. But for now, let's talk about the 4th. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2012. Now, to be fair, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2012 was actually made by a studio that also made Robot Monster, Low Bar Productions, which only made a month, which the show only made a month ago. The show only made a month before this show came out. So that means saying that you have your first movie out already, and then you have the other movie that came out a year later. I mean, why? Planes? Are you sure? You want everybody to start doing that? Oh well, looks like you're trying to do a show or something. I mean, why? Looks like Hunger Games. Hunger Games, well, about Hunger Games. They do the same thing as planes. Use a movie a year after that movie was done. I mean, put a movie like around like saying that Cars, they made their movie and then they wait until the sequel comes out, and then wait again until that sequel comes out. Yeah. Don't be like just saying, I just want to put that movie over there so we can get another movie, and then we get another movie that year, and then movie that again. Ugh. What the heck? Nah. They did it once. I did it once, and then they started moving over. Well, Very Odd movies are truly wrong. You can't have your movie from 2011 and then go 2012. Well, you skip past 2013, but that's okay. But 2014. I mean, why? You can't have movies skip. Plus, skipping over 2013 and to 2014, which you made in 2012, is not funny. I mean, why? Why you're not listening? Also, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Well, ain't like any turtle movie or ain't like any turtle upcoming shows. This is a good show, but not like the 80s version. The 80s version was much awesome and much good, while the new version is alright. But yeah, since the 80s version is number 2, yeah, 2003 version was honorable mention, but yeah. Okay, for Ninja Turtles 2, but for the 2012 Ninja Turtles, everybody's CGI, or computer animated, since it looks computer animated, which looks like a computer animated movie. Plus, since the show has been a success than the original show, and much better than the last show they made in 2003, they were not, what I mean, if you have a show, like, saying that, like, you know, like Cat Dog, which is number 1. No, not Cat Dog, that's not my favorite of number 1. No, Cat Dog is a honorable mention. I don't know, but yeah. Plus, there are going to be 4 honorable mentions. Yeah. But guys, let me think. So, say like my favorite show, Cartoons. No, that's number 2. That's number 3. My like saying that. Say that like Rugrats. Oh, no. That's yeah. But say that like Hey Arnold. My number 1. The number 1 show that I liked and repeated. No. Wait, Arthur's my number 1. Sorry, I made a mistake. So my number 3 is Arnold. So yeah. Well, it was numbers, yeah. But for now, let me ask you again. Say that like Arthur. Arthur is actually traditional animation and much better. Saying that Ninja Turtles is CGI can't be better. It looks so it's still good, but just make it traditional. I mean, why is computer animation on TV shows if they're not on your favorite animated movies? I think he's some John Lasseter guy, some John Lasseter friend called Steve Jobs, a guy from Apple, announced to everybody, let's make a show that's computer animated only. Well, I mean, why? VeggieTales came out in 1993. So that means it's the first animated series. First computer animated series. Then we had Reboot. And I think we had Jimmy Neutron after that. Yep, I think so. Plus, Reboot, the show that came out after VeggieTales, was alright. I think VeggieTales is much better. It gets 10 out of 10. but not a first show that's supposed to be number one, but mostly a sixth show. But guys, I'm thinking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is still good, but not good as any Turtle show from before. Well, not mentioning that second show, which was boring. It wasn't having that same animation like we did in the 80s. I mean, the 80s version, the late 80s version, early 90s version, since it looks 90s and 80s. Yeah. For a minute there, you were thinking that was an 80s show. But no, it's a 90s show, since it looks 90s. Yeah, Rocket Power, 9 out of 10. Because, yeah. Between Rocket Power and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Rocket Power had okay stuff. Well, Ninja Turtles did more good. And the animation looks not good. Let's think about the animation. Animation like Jimmy Neutron, it's just which is the 8 out of 10 show, which is the first CGI show to be 8 out of 10. But just the animation look good. It looks 100%, and I mean the animation looks good. It looks like you are actually in a real CG. It looks like it actually looks like a CGI, a computer animated movie than a boring old live action movie. But for Ninja Turtles, looks like you're between computer animation that looks like you're in real life. Between Ninja, because I know that you are the ones who made that show, then go ahead. I mean, you want to be good like any other show you watch. You want to be like 100% good. Like when you watch like Dragon Tales, I know it's good, like, but it's at 7 out of 10. But yeah, you'll see the animation. The animation looks more good, but the animation is good and okay, but for Dragon Tales, it's still be. But for the voice actors on Ninja Turtles, the voice actors on Dragon Tales, they're 100% good than Ninja Turtles. I mean, replacing the old characters, except for that one, Red Max Ninja Turtle, yeah. I'm gonna do a part 2, but for now, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it's still a good, best cartoon to ever watch.